Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Another week has gone by so fast. Time just seems to go so fast anymore. You know, I laugh at this because when I was a kid, I always wanted to grow up. I wanted to be older. I always told my mom, I want to grow up. I want to be a teenager. I always wanted to be older. And now I think back about it and I was so foolish. And my mom would say to me, you don't want to grow up and be an adult because that's when all the problems start. And I was like, no, I want to grow up. I want to be an adult and be able to do what I want to do. We always want to do what we want to do, don't we? So guys, I want to talk today about the coronavirus. Everybody's in panic mode about the coronavirus. Yes, folks, it is a virus and it seems to be spreading and nobody knows where it's coming from and everybody's in panic mode worrying about this virus. Well, guys, I want to tell you something, and I'm not meaning to sound like Debbie Downer or Debbie Doomsday, but we are in for a lot more than viruses. You know, we're living in last days, and I keep telling everybody this because this is the truth. This is the truth of God's holy word. And the world is not at rest or at peace. You know, in the Middle East, when you look at all the countries over there that are battling and have been for so many years, and you hear all these rumors of wars that could begin and things that could be starting. These are all the beginning birth signs, birth pains, the way Jesus described it in the Bible, was a woman giving birth to a baby. You know how the pains start out real small, and then they start to increase, and they get stronger and harder and harder. And then all of a sudden, you realize the baby's coming. Well, this is the way the world is coming, people. We are getting further and further along with the birth pains. So we're going to have a lot more things come our way. We have to put on our faith and our armor of the Lord, and we have to walk in faith. If we get sick and the virus comes, we will recover. God is with us. He will not allow anything to happen to us. We have to live what we believe. If we say we're Christians and we have faith and we're on fire for the Lord and we're walking with Him, then we are more than conquerors through Christ Jesus. So then we don't worry about this kind of stuff. You know, everybody is in panic mode. I'm watching these media people. You turn on CNN or any of these news channels and they're all just like, that's all they're talking about. And they don't realize there might be little kids around in the room listening to this that might get frightened. You know, it's just terrible. People get sick. We have flu epidemics every year here in the United States. You know, they're always giving us shots. They're always giving us, ways to protect ourselves. So just remember, you're a child of God. If you get sick, you'll get better. Last year, I got sick at the end of February. Actually, it was this exact time. I came down with the worst chest cold of my entire life. I was sick for 5 months. For 5 months, I choked and coughed. No matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. I prayed, it wouldn't go away. I start to get fearful. I started to get afraid because I'm human. And I said, Lord, what is wrong with me? And then I went to the doctors and had all these chest x-rays and everything come back normal. Nobody knew what was wrong. Finally, a doctor says to me, you picked up a really bad chest cold and it's going to take you months to get rid of this. Well, it had already been 4 or 5 months. So I was like, what are you talking about? I've already dealt with this. I went to Florida, and I think that warm sun in Florida just knocked it out of me. I came home and I was fine. But it was just a matter of getting through that, and it really taught me to not panic, when these kind of things happen, because they're going to happen. We're going to have a lot more bad things happen. Over in Africa, they're having right now plagues of these locusts that are killing all the crops and everything. It's just like swarms of them are happening, and then you see this virus come upon us and we're like, what's going on, everybody? Well, I'm going to tell you what's going on. God is trying to get our attention. God is trying to get the world's attention. He is fed up with everything in this world, I'm sure. I'm sure God is brokenhearted because the world has turned their back on the love of God. God is their creator of this world, and he loves us all so much. Last year, this week, my youngest brother, Jeff, passed away. And it was a really sad time for us all. And I miss him and I loved him a lot. Jeff had a serious disease for 20 years. He battled Crohn's disease. I don't know if you guys all know what that is, but it affects your intestines and your small and large intestine. Jeff was a warrior like no one I've ever met in my life. And we always told him, Jeff, you would have made the best Navy SEAL or the best Marine. He was a feisty guy, little guy, but oh my God, was he strong. He was the strongest person I ever knew in my entire life mentally. And he always had this spirit of laughter. You know, I would go into the hospital. I can't even count. He had probably over 30 some surgeries. It was just brutal. And he had brutal surgeries. I don't even want to go into details on here, but it was awful. You can't even imagine what he went through. And he always was laughing and making light of everything. And I got such strength from that because I was like Miss Worrywart, worrying about every little detail with him. When my mom passed away, Jeff came and lived with me. And I took care of him for 10 years. And I'm so thankful that I have, now when I look back and I think I should have done more. But you know, we do the best we can in the situations we're in. But Jeff had a heart for God. Jeffrey knew Jesus Christ. You know, and I believe Jesus came for people just like my brother. Jeff became addicted to narcotics through the disease, and it's very easy, can happen to anybody. When you're in a massive chronic pain situation every day of your life, you depend upon these meds just to get through the day. And he became addicted to this, and it was just an unending battle that he fought. But he knew who Christ was. He knew who Jesus was. And he was always longing to know who God was. He wanted every book there was that I could buy for him on Jesus. He wanted to read everything. So he was a great, just a great human being. And I know I'll see him again one day. We miss him so much. He was my youngest brother. So Keith Green, I told you guys I love Keith Green. Keith Green was awesome. And my brother Jeff loved Keith. He listened to his music all the time. When he was really sick, he would say, hey, Deb, get me another tape of Keith Green. I want to hear him. So he was awesome. But Keith sang this one song, and I'll sing you a little clip of it. It was beautiful. It said, open your eyes to the world all around you. Open your eyes, open your eyes. We need a little less taking, a whole lot more giving. We're so safe and warm, we need to open our eyes and love a little bit longer and pray a little bit stronger, stronger. Oh, Jesus said, when you love someone in his name, you're loving him. Jesus said, when you touch someone in his name, we're touching him. So we need to show them the light. We need to pour out his light, his light. Hey guys, I'm far from a good singer, but I'm going to keep on singing and praising Jesus till my last breath, because I know that Jesus is the hope of the world. He is my strength, my song. And I pray that everyone else can find that too. Don't have fear today. Don't let Satan bind you with fear. Reach out, touch somebody, do something good for somebody today. Make somebody smile. Life is short, guys. Don't live it in fear. It's the toll of Satan. Don't live in fear. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. God bless you all. Thank you.